Coming up next at 8.
A U.S. soldier under arrest accused of spying for America's #1 enemy.
A loaded gun getting past security crews, ending up on a Miami-bound flight.
South Florida proving to be a playground for old and young alike, as a full weekend of activities are on tap, and we have got your sneak peek.
Then another shocker from that racy Super Bowl performance, and it's making one senator fighting mad. Today is Friday, February the 13th. Good morning, everybody. I'm Tom.
Hello, everyone. I'm Christine Cruz. A full hour of news starts now.
Live from the news station, this is Today in Florida.
Live pictures out of North Bay Village. Get ready for a summer-like weekend, South Florida.
Things already heating up, and it's going to be a warm one. Jackie Johnson is here with today's forecast. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning, Tom. Christine, that's right. It is going to be a hot one today and tomorrow. We could even see record highs. Now, what we are dealing with this morning is definitely the humidity. Dense fog in some areas in South Florida, especially western Dade and Broward this morning. Then the fog started to roll further to the east. Soon this will all burn off from the hot sunshine, but right now humidity still at 100%. The winds are calm. Temperatures are into the 60s, but again we will warm into the 80s. More on that and your weekend forecast up in 10 minutes.
Time now for 7 traffic.
Here's your 7 traffic look at I-95 at Cypress Creek Road. Very heavy drive northbound. There's an accident reported northbound 95 at Atlantic Boulevard. That has traffic backing up towards Commercial Boulevard. Going to be a real rough ride as you head out the door this morning and use 95 in northern Broward County. Now let's head into Miami-Dade County and take a look at the Dolphin Expressway. Can't see much because of the fog, but you do have very heavy traffic eastbound on the Dolphin, anywhere from Northwest 107th Avenue to Red Road. And the traffic that you see going from your left to your right is the Palmetto Expressway. You have very heavy delays from the Dolphin Expressway all the way up to Okeechobee Road. It's a rough ride on the Palmetto. Now let's head over to 95 in downtown Miami. Traffic relatively running smooth this morning, not like it's been for the rest of the week that we've had very heavy traffic. You do have heavy traffic from the Golden Glades to the Airport Expressway, but then it will break free for you as you're heading towards the Dolphin or even MacArthur Causeway. Besides that, it's a pretty good day in Miami-Dade County. That's 7 traffic. I'm David Sprung. Our next update in 15 minutes.
Big news at 8 o'clock this morning. An American soldier now under arrest, accused of trying to aid al-Qaeda. That soldier being called a spy.
He was headed for Iraq, but now the National Guardsman is spending time in the stockade. 7's Delane Matthew is in the Satellite Center with more. Delane.
Tom and Christine, news of the arrest has shocked family and friends, and this morning we are getting our first look at this soldier accused of spying. This is Ryan Anderson. The 26-year-old is an American, a Washington State National Guardsman, and now the latest suspect in the war on terror.
Specialist Anderson will be held at the Fort Lewis Regional Corrections Facility pending criminal charges of aiding the enemy by wrongfully attempting to communicate and give intelligence to the al-Qaeda terrorist network.
Anderson arrested at Fort Lewis near Tacoma, Washington. The Army says he was on internet chat rooms trying to reach al-Qaeda, offering information about U.S. military capabilities. His wife, Erin, has yet to speak publicly, but one neighbor spoke to her just after investigators left her apartment.
She's completely shocked. I guess there was a suspicion, or they have proof, that he was passing on plans and drawings to our tanks and Humvees.
The family doesn't know about it yet.
The young American's father also with nothing to say. A fellow soldier, though, says the revelation has caught him completely off guard.
Gee, you know, I mean, I never even thought about that kind of stuff as far as, you know, what other people were doing. I just worried about what I was doing, what my team was doing.
Anderson converted to Islam 5 years ago and was apparently getting quite involved in the Muslim community.
He called himself, I believe it was Abdul Rashid. But on the email, he was AKA gunfighter. He was recruiting, he was asking people over the internet to come with him into the mountains and learn how to shoot.
Investigators say they believe even though Anderson tried, he was never able to give al-Qaeda any information. Live in the Newsplex, Delane Matthew, Today in Florida.
Now for a story you saw first on 7. A flight bound for Miami redirected after a passenger says she's armed in the air. The American Airlines flight taking off from the Turks and Caicos Islands in the Caribbean yesterday morning. A woman on board telling a member of the crew she accidentally left a loaded handgun in her carry-on bag, prompting the pilot to turn around. The flight delayed for 3 hours before taking off for MIA again, and other passengers not sure why at first.
It just sounded like it was something mechanical, and it's only when we grounded that they actually told us that it was a gun.
Officials detained the woman in the Turks and Caicos for questioning and are investigating the security lapse.
An overnight fire ripping through a neighborhood in southwest Miami-Dade, leaving 6 residents without a place to call home. Fire happened at 9300 Southwest 44th Street. Officials say the blaze started with a short circuit in the living room. Everybody got out okay, but the family can't go back in and will be staying with relatives.
2 boys accused of raping a fellow classmate in a school restroom may have caught a break. Prosecutors say they don't expect to charge the 2 fourth graders as adults. The boys, ages 11 and 12, giving a detailed confession to Broward Sheriff's detectives. The students at Royal Palm Elementary in Lauderhill are suspended. Meanwhile, some frightened classmates are reportedly too afraid to use the bathrooms alone.
Time now is 8:06. Hundreds gathering at a Sarasota church for a touching tribute to a murdered child. More than 1,500 people showing up to remember 11-year-old Carly Brusha at the Church of Palms last night. The church is blocks from the car wash where the girl was kidnapped on surveillance video 12 days ago. The body was found 5 days later. Carly's biological father partly blames the judge who let her suspected killer go free after violating his probation.
I would like for you to resign. And if you don't, I would like other judges and perhaps the governor to put pressure on you to impeach you.
Unemployed car mechanic Joseph Smith, who has a long rap sheet which includes kidnapping charges, has now been charged with Carly's kidnapping and her murder. 7 students suspended after being caught on camera beating up another child on the school bus. Surveillance video showing the 12-year-old boy being punched by an entire busload of bullies in Jacksonville. The bus driver has been placed on leave pending an investigation. The victim is going to another school.
7 minutes after 8 o'clock, allegations against presidential Democratic hopeful John Kerry about an extramarital affair. The story surfacing on the Drudge Report. Kerry is accused of having a 2-year relationship with an intern beginning in the spring of 2001. The exclusive says the woman left the country and is in Africa, where she remains at Kerry's request. 2 major decisions in the battle over same-sex marriages. First in Massachusetts, the legislature coming to a standstill after 2 days of debate and several failed attempts to create a constitutional amendment banning gay marriage and to legalize civil unions. Lawmakers will resume the debate on March 11th. Meanwhile, on the West Coast, controversy heating up as the San Francisco city clerk begins issuing same-sex marriage licenses. A total of 95 marriage licenses were given out.
A country in crisis after pro-government supporters crush a rally against the country's president, Jean-Bertrand Aristide. Aristide supporters setting up flaming barricades, preventing anti-government protesters from rallying. Demonstrators in Port-au-Prince met with hurling rocks and fierce flames. Opposition leaders accuse Aristide of orchestrating a suppression. The U.S. says it is standing by the Haitian president.
.808, 3 big trials in the news today. A stock scandal drawing to a close with a twist of irony. A superstar scandal heads back to court without the superstar. But first, the murder in Modesto hits the small screen.
I have to confess something.
Actor Dean Cain playing Scott Peterson tonight in a TV movie. The Perfect Husband, the Lacey Peterson story, set to premiere on the USA Network. Peterson's real-life lawyer not commenting on the movie, citing a gag order. The real-life Peterson is about to stand trial for the murder of his wife and unborn son. The next scheduled hearing in the Michael Jackson case is today, but the King of Pop won't be there. The judge expected to set a date for a pretrial hearing. Meantime, Jackson's manager denying published reports the star is nearly broke. The prosecutors in the Martha Stewart trial say they should know today how much longer before they rest their case. Stewart, accused of acting on a tip, dumping her ImClone stock before a negative government report sent the share tumbling. In a strange twist, the drug at the center of that report just got approval from the FDA.
And for the latest news, you can log on with us anytime at WSVN.com or join us for 7 News at noon.
The time is 10 minutes after 8 o'clock right now from the news station. A big weekend on tap here in South Florida. From the Coconut Grove Arts Festival to watercraft of every kind along Miami Beach. Well, whatever your pleasure, there is something to do.
7's Nichelle King is live with a look at what we can expect. She's on Miami Beach. Real tough gig on this Friday, Nichelle.
So hard for me sometimes, Christine. I tell you, I have made the conscious decision to not move. I'm going to stay here. This is one of the yachts here at the Yacht and Brokerage Show, one of many events going on this weekend. Not too far away at the Miami Beach Convention Center, the Miami International Boat Show going on, and not too far away from the boat show in Coconut Grove, the Coconut Grove Arts Festival. So this Valentine's Day weekend, when you say, what is there to do? Well, there's a lot.
There's still a lot of work to be done in Coconut Grove. The 41st Annual Washington Mutual Coconut Grove Arts Festival kicks off this weekend, where a piano doesn't merely hold art, painted designs show it is art.
In the festival itself, we got about 350 of the top artists in the country. We have Food Village, we have Starship, Jefferson Starship, we have entertainment. We'll have about 700,000 people in the Coconut Grove area for a 3-day period.
Or maybe you're fishing for something else. What about sailing over to the boat show? About 150,000 people from 80 countries and nearly every state in the union will join you for the annual boat show.
The granddaddy of them all, the Miami International Boat Show here in its 63rd year, spanning 2.5 million gross square feet of space, over 3,000 boats.
Fishing and power boats for sale, and of course, my favorite.
This is the owner's cabin here.
7's Richard Lemus is on board for a tour of this opulence on the ocean. 7,500 square feet. It has everything: a jacuzzi, wine cellar, spacious, luxurious deck, and naturally, an equally extravagant price tag.
We take them to completion, and you come along and you can pick out your fabrics, colors, all the loose furniture, everything, all those kind of things, and pick it up for $20 million.
Ooh. Well, the yacht I'm on right now at 80 feet, $4.5 million. This is a veritable bargain. And this Valentine's Day weekend, a great way to say I love you, or sometimes forgive me. That is the latest live here on Miami Beach. Nichelle King, Today in Florida.
All right, Nichelle, thank you. 12 minutes after 8 o'clock, more fallout from that Super Bowl shocker still ahead. First, Janet and Justin were the subject of criticism, but now another rocker is also feeling the heat.
Also this morning, suspects on the run, streaking down the highway across the East Coast.
And the dense fog slowly starting to lift on this Friday morning. It's Friday the 13th, and some hot weather on its way for Valentine's Day. But what about the rest of the weekend? Stick around, your forecast right after this.
Then another TV show featuring a celebrity-studded cast, but this time they're matching wits and showing off some brain power. More on this story a little later.
You are watching Today in Florida with Christine Cruz, Delane Matthew, Tom Haynes, and Jackie Johnson with weather.
7 News, brought to you in part by Bears. For better lifestyle, wear Bears.
Time now for 7 traffic.
I read a verse from the book.
Here's your 7 traffic look at I-95 at Griffin Road. A little bit difficult to see the roadway this morning. That's for the fog that is covering I-95. But it is, trust me, actually a good ride at this part of 95. But let's go a little bit north. Let's head over to 95 at Cypress Creek Road. You can see the fog just hanging over the roadway. An earlier crash northbound 95 at Atlantic Boulevard looks like it's cleaning up. Traffic is now rolling smooth again, where before it was backing up all the way to Oakland Park Boulevard. Now let's head into Miami-Dade County and take a look at 95 near downtown Miami. Free-flowing traffic in this area here, but north of here there is very heavy traffic southbound 95 all the way from the Golden Glades interchange to the Airport Expressway. And just as a quick peek, this is what your ride looks like. You can hardly see 95 in Miami-Dade County. That's 7 traffic. I'm David Sprung. Our next update in 15 minutes.
Now, time for 7 weather with Jackie Johnson.
Well, good Friday morning, South Florida. Finally Friday, and you can see some folks out on the road across Biscayne Bay. Well, this is why conditions are nice and calm out there now. The fog is lifting, very dense fog all morning long, and eventually we're going to warm up into the 80s. 67 currently in Fort Lauderdale. Here's why we had all the fog, humidity 100%, winds are calm, and dense fog advisories from Central Florida further to the south. Those will all be lifted once we reach 9 a.m. and not too far from that right now. Now, the reason for the fog, a very warm, moist air mass over Central to South Florida. You can see this temperature contrast, about 10 degrees from Orlando to Tampa. That's where the line is. That's where the front is right now. And summer-like conditions to the south of it. That's why we will remain in a very warm air mass. But then another front headed our way for the second half of our weekend. This is how it's going to affect us. Near record heat tomorrow, but by Sunday, showers, storms around. Not going to be a total washout, but we will see scattered storms throughout the afternoon. Then once we reach Monday, President's Day, breezy and cooler conditions with the frontal passage. So for today, morning fog, partly sunny, warming to around 83 degrees, and then some isolated showers here and there. Mild, muggy for your Friday night. Scattered showers by tomorrow afternoon for Valentine's Day. We could see record heat, 87 for the high, and winds will be out of the south, so the humidity will be high as well. Variable winds are pretty light today, so seas about 2 to 3 feet. Smooth to light chop on the base. Great day for boating. And Sunday, good chance of showers and storms in the afternoon. The front moves through on Monday, and we cool down to the mid-70s. Have a great one.
8:18 and off the satellites this morning. Janet and Justin aren't the only ones feeling the heat of last weekend's Super Bowl shocker. Now musician Kid Rock is embroiled in the controversy as well. This morning, a U.S. senator is taking aim with some stunning statements about the star. First, the furor over Janet Jackson's breast bearing. Now it's Kid Rock getting both barrels. One of Washington's most powerful senators is attacking Kid Rock for wearing this Stars and Stripes poncho during his halftime show performance.
The thing that yanked my chain the hardest was seeing this ignoramus with his pointed head stuck up through a hole in the flag of the United States of America, screaming about having a bottle of scotch and watching crotch.
As congressional hearings into the Super Bowl controversy went on in Washington, Georgia Democrat Zell Miller took to the Senate floor on Thursday.
This is the same flag that is draped over coffins of dead young uniformed warriors killed by protecting Kid Croc's bony butt.
Ironically, Kid Rock is one of rock music's most patriotic performers. Last summer, he performed for U.S. troops in Baghdad.
It's just not part of his image to be anti-American, and I think Senator Miller really needs to lighten up about it.
But Senator Miller wasn't impressed and says of Kid Rock,
he should be tarred and feathered and ridden out of this country on a rail. Now, you talk about a good reality show? That'd be one.
Some strong words from the senator. Kid Rock is on tour right now. His publicist says he was unavailable for comment on Senator Miller's remarks.
20 minutes after 8 o'clock, off the satellites, a hot pursuit sending police on a 30-minute chase around New Jersey. The suspect allegedly hitting an officer with an SUV and taking off. The chase reaching speeds of 80 miles an hour as the suspect hit several cars driving through several northeastern towns. A police cruiser ramming the vehicle into a driveway, finally ending this chase. Officers quickly apprehending the suspect. One officer suffering minor injuries. A dramatic highway chase in California. Police pursuing the suspect for reckless driving. Highway patrol taking over the chase and eventually flattening one of the tires. The suspect finally surrendering after a brief standoff. The chase lasted about an hour. And on to Nevada now. A motorcyclist in Las Vegas bets against police and loses. The suspect leading cops on a high-speed chase after they tried stopping him on suspicion of drug possession. The chase beginning in downtown. Minutes later, the driver loses control of the vehicle on a highway, slamming into another car.
21 minutes after 8 o'clock, still to come this morning. Robbers getting more than they bargained for as a holdup goes horribly wrong at a South Florida gas station.
Then researchers revealing their latest finding, one that's sure to fire up the cloning controversy once again.
Tonight on 7 News First at 10.
Ready to look younger without going under the knife?
Because of my age, there is no reason for me to get a facelift.
We're going to show you what a lot of women and men are doing to turn back the hands of time.
Improves the color of your skin and improves the tone of your skin.
This is Marilyn Mitzel, how to get a fresh face with no downtime. It's a special assignment report.
My little wrinkles that were coming out are far less.
Tonight, first at 10 on 7 News.
It's a common birth defect that can now finally be caught in the earliest stages of pregnancy.
This is all very exciting.
7's Marilyn Mitzel showed you an amazing new test in Down Syndrome Detector. Tonight, first at 5 on 7 News. Erase wrinkles in minutes. Clear blemishes permanently. A new procedure promises to revitalize your look fast and pain-free.
It's terrific.
How this light device can give you a fresh face. Tonight at 10 on 7 News.
Good morning and welcome back, everyone. It is 8:24 now to a story you will see on just one station. The tables turning on a would-be robber.
It happens when the victims take matters into their own hands. 7's Brian Andrews with the exclusive.
A service station stick-up. More than a dozen people saw it and called 911. But all sheriff's deputies have to go on is this composite sketch of the gunman's face provided by the victims. This 21-year-old in the fight of his life, the gunman walking up to him as he was getting into his friend's car.
I just didn't react. I just grabbed the gun.
His friend behind the wheel.
I just put the car in drive and sped off.
Amid all of the chaos, the victims say the gunman jumped into the car with the passenger door still open and the guy's legs hanging out.
Trying to drive fast to see if he could fall out of the car.
In the meantime, the 21-year-old is in the car fighting with the gunman for control of the weapon.
We both had our hands on the gun, but I finally took control of it. He had it pointed towards the driver's face, so I had to throw it, away from her, and it actually smashed the front windshield.
The car goes flying out of the gas station right into the middle of the intersection of State Road 7 and Commercial Boulevard, and that's when the gunman takes off into the night.
And I'm chasing him with his gun that I took from him. We're running straight through here. He jumps over this bush and falls. And as I'm standing over him with his gun, his friend from the other side of that bush comes out of the passenger side and fires a shot after me, and I duck down back behind the bush.
The gunman gets into a waiting getaway car and leaves behind only the memory of his face. Sheriff's deputies hope you can help identify him. Brian Andrews, 7 News for Today in Florida.
If you recognize the suspect, you're asked to call Broward Crime Stoppers at 954-493-TIPS.
At 8:26, another development in the ongoing cloning controversy still ahead this morning. Researchers say they have now created a human embryo, igniting new calls for a ban on all forms of cloning in this country.
Microsoft saying crucial codes for its software have slipped out. Wait till you hear what that could mean for computer users.
And no one wants unsightly hair, and now there's a do-it-yourself removal kit. Don't miss the details on being a smooth operator ahead in our special report.
For more information on any of today's stories, go to 7 online at WSVN.com.
Good morning again, everyone. Welcome back. A U.S. soldier accused of spying for al-Qaeda. It is one of our top stories this morning. Officials say specialist Ryan Anderson tried to get in touch with the terrorists over the internet. His unit is about to ship out to Iraq. The National Guardsman from Washington state is now under arrest. South Korean scientists say they have cloned the first human embryo, but they say they are looking to use the technology to find new ways to treat diseases like Alzheimer's, not to make people. Observers say the announcement is sure to revive the international controversy of human cloning, which the Bush administration wants to ban. Microsoft says part of the code for Windows 2000 and Windows NT programs have been illegally made available on the internet. Access to those source codes could allow hackers to exploit operating systems and attack machines running those versions of Windows.
Time now for 7 traffic.
Here's your 7 traffic look at 95 in Miami-Dade County. You can hardly see the roadway. The fog is still out there this morning. It's a rough ride throughout Miami-Dade and Broward County, but you do have very heavy traffic southbound 95 from the Golden Glades to the Airport Expressway. Also look out for an accident northbound 95 at Northwest 103rd Street. You can see the traffic moving northbound, so there's not much of a delay behind that one. Let's now head over to the Palmetto Expressway. Here's your normal bumper-to-bumper traffic. We can finally see the Palmetto. The fog is lifting off of the Palmetto. You do have a heavy ride, though, from Miami Lakes Drive all the way to Okeechobee Road. And also look out for a crash on the Turnpike this morning, northbound Turnpike right at Haneland Mill Drive. Heading into Broward County, here's your look at 95 at Cypress Creek Road. Part of the road you can see, other parts of it are completely fogged in. It is a rough ride on 95. You do have a couple of accidents on 95, one southbound at Hollywood Boulevard that has delays on the approach. Then you have a northbound crash on 95 at Commercial Boulevard, and that's backing traffic to Oakland Park Boulevard. That's 7 traffic. I'm David Sprung. Our next update in 15 minutes.
Now, time for 7 weather with Jackie Johnson.
Good morning. Happy Friday, South Florida. A quick look outside. Gorgeous start to the day as the fog is starting to lift. You will still feel the humidity at 100%, and temperatures remain into the 60s, but get ready. It is going to be another hot one, folks. Feeling like summer with highs right around 83 degrees today. The winds are calm and they will be light, so it's going to make it feel even warmer than it is with the humidity and the light winds. But once again, mostly clear skies from central Florida to South Florida. Then to our north, all these clouds, showers, extra moisture. That's all from frontal boundary. And this one will continue moving off to the east. So what's going to happen? We're going to stay on the warm and humid side of this front, near record heat by tomorrow. But then what's going to happen into Sunday, into Monday? Take a look at this system, this area of low pressure developing in the Gulf. This will eventually pass through, and that's going to bring us a better chance of rain. And then what's behind that is breezy and cooler conditions, and that will be just in time for President's Day, which will be on Monday. So it's not going to be a total washout, but do expect some showers Sunday into Monday. Morning fog soon burning off, and then partly sunny skies, few isolated showers, highs right around 83 degrees. Mild, muggy tonight, lows into the 60s, and then scattered showers for your Valentine's Day, but temperatures will be nice and hot, 87 degrees. Variable winds, 5 to 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet, and you can just expect a smooth to light chop on the bay, so a great day to take out the boat. And then come Sunday, a round of storms expected in the afternoon as that frontal boundary gets closer to us. By Monday, it looks like we're going to have cooler temperatures, mid-70s. Have a great day.
All right, Jackie, thanks. 8:32. Fancy, expensive vacations for spring break have become a ritual for many South Florida students.
But there are some great getaways that won't break the bank. This morning, 7's Lynn Martinez has a crash course in destination deals that'll help you get more bang for your buck.
University student Veronica Cruz has an eye for detail.
I get to let other people see the world through my eyes.
As a photographer, she's hoping to see more of the world over spring break.
I'm looking to see where I can go where it's not too expensive.
Keith St. Clair of Travel Leaders says the internet is a good place to start.
The Florida residents have the greatest range of opportunities.
That's because we can take advantage of the Keys, the Bahamas, or many affordable cruises.
There are many good cruise opportunities to the Western Caribbean. We ourselves have 7-night trips for less than $500.
But if you really want to go global, there are great deals to cities like Paris, London, and Madrid.
There are a whole range of European cities available at reasonable prices, with the second person traveling at half price.
Or you can really add some international flair. Try 5 nights in Hong Kong, including hotel and airfare, for $700. Or 5 nights in New Zealand, including hotel and airfare, for $800.
These are unrepeatable great deals, but they're not going to be around for long.
Talk about great deals. How does skiing in Vail for $500 sound? That includes lift tickets, lodging, and partial airfare. As for Veronica, she still doesn't know her spring break destination, but she knows wherever it is, she's going to have some good snapshots to share.
I'm open to different places to go to. Somewhere new where I haven't really been, but it'll be like a new experience for me, learn a new place.
Lynn Martinez, 7 News.
Well, another destination deal is Bermuda, where your companion flies free for a limited time. For more travel tips, You can log on to our website at WSVN.com.
Man, that's good because Bermuda is so expensive.
You've been there?
Yeah.
I haven't, but
Very
I wanted
expensive.
to go. Now that we know that there's a good deal out there.
Might be the time.
Yeah.
8:35 coming up here. A legendary Latin singer spotted here in South Florida. Details on the rare sighting.
Plus, Art Garfunkel in court and ordered to cough up some cash after admitting to packing pot.
I'm health specialist Marilyn Mitchell. In the near future, instead of going to a specialist and paying a lot of money for laser hair removal, you may be able to come to a drugstore and pick up your own laser and do it yourself at home. We're going to show you this smooth operator coming up in a special assignment report.
And now, the 7 Sports Page.
Good morning and welcome back, everyone. It is 8:38. Thinking about having laser hair removal treatments? Well, you might want to wait.
That's because one company is developing a do-it-yourself system that could save you a lot of money. Health specialist Marilyn Mitchell shows us how this smooth operator works in today's special assignment report.
Soft, silky, hair-free skin. We all want it. But the shaving, waxing, plucking can be a real pain.
In the summer, you're doing it almost daily, and you don't have time to do that every day.
Laser hair removal gets rid of hair for months, but requires an expensive trip to a specialist.
We already go to the drugstore to pick up waxes, creams, and razors, but imagine coming here and leaving with a laser instead.
People will be able to buy a unit, use it at their home.
The Spa Touch laser isn't on the shelves just yet, but the home system has already been tested and approved by the FDA. We got a sneak peek at the prototype.
You press this purple button here to fire it.
The laser works by using a combination of light and heat, which singes and destroys the hair follicle with just a touch of the button.
So you press down, and then 1, 2, 3.
And gets rid of unwanted hair for a month and a half or more.
Some of the hair would stay gone really forever.
It took only a 2-minute demonstration for Cheryl to get the hang of it.
Very easy. It's very easy.
Easy, though not pain-free.
It stings a little bit when you do the treatment. The skin will be pink for a couple hours afterwards, but that's about it.
It just felt like mild heat. Just a quick heat flash.
But you've got to be careful with laser light in your home.
The biggest fear would be if someone fired this at an eye, directly at an eye or even over an eye.
Until manufacturers can smooth out issues like safety and price, we're just going to have to keep shaving, waxing, and tweezing to keep our bodies silky smooth and hair-free. On special assignment, Marilyn Mitchell, 7 News.
Well, the company plans to make the Spa Touch home system available to U.S. consumers next year.
It is 8:40 and say it ain't so. There is trouble in Toyland. Still to come, 2 more stars calling it quits, and this could be the breakup of the year.
Well, no trouble here at home. In fact, beautiful weather expected once again today and for tomorrow, but some changes come the end of our weekend. A look at that coming up next.
Hollywood stars showing their brain power and going up against their fellow actors. Believe it or not, it's the latest reality show, and we've got a sneak peek.
And she has a heavy metal hubby, but now Sharon Osbourne says she's walking away from the spotlight as the curtain comes down on her show. That's ahead in 2 minutes.
Closed captioning brought to you by City Furniture, now offering same-day delivery 7 days a week.
Now, time for 7 weather with Jackie Johnson.
Good morning, South Florida. It is finally Friday morning, and the good news this morning, that fog is starting to lift, and it looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day today. Now, the humidity is still very high, and that's why we're still under dense fog advisory. This will all be gone by 9 a.m., so not much longer, and then the sunshine's really going to start to warm us up. 71 degrees now in Key West, still into the 40s into North Florida, 60s into Central Florida. That's where the front is right now, so we're staying on the south side of it, which is why it feels very summer-like here at home. And then another front will be moving in just in time for the weekend. So again, this is what's going to happen. Near record heat by tomorrow. Then this front will continue to push through, and showers and storms around for Sunday. Then as we head into Monday, which is President's Day, breezy and cooler conditions. Now, I don't think it's going to be a total washout, but we will have a very good chance of rain on Sunday into Monday. So for today, the morning fog leaving us now, partly sunny skies, isolated showers, 83 for your high, so it will be warm. And then mild and muggy tonight, lows will be right around 68 degrees. And then by tomorrow, scattered showers for the afternoon hours, and we'll also see highs right around 87 degrees, so it will be a warm one. Smooth to light chop on the bays, and Sunday, good chance of rain. Monday cooling down to the mid-70s. Have a great weekend.
Time now for 7 traffic.
Here's your 7 traffic look at I-95 at Cypress Creek Road. You can see the fog. That's what's covering 95 in northern Broward County. Also a couple of accidents to look out for, 2 of them northbound. One at Atlantic Boulevard that has delays on the approach. The other one is at Commercial Boulevard, and that's backing traffic past Oakland Park Boulevard, and mostly in part due to the fog. A lot of problems out there because of the fog this morning. Now let's head into Miami-Dade County and take a look at 95. The fog is lifting a little bit off of 95 in Miami-Dade County, but you have bumper-to-bumper traffic southbound 95 from the Golden Glades to the Airport Expressway. On the other side, you have a northbound crash on 95 at Northwest 103rd Street, but you can see traffic flying by at 79th, so there's not much of a delay behind that one. Now let's take a look at the Palmetto Expressway. You can see partly covered in fog in the northern end of the Palmetto, but as you're heading south, it gets a little bit better, but you have bumper-to-bumper traffic southbound on the Palmetto Expressway from Miami Lakes Drive to Okeechobee Road. That's 7 traffic. I'm David Sprung. Buckle up and have a safe weekend.
Also this morning, after more than 40 years together, the romance is over for Barbie and Ken, the plastic pair breaking up. But the good news, if there is any, Barbie and Ken say they're going to stay friends.
7's Rosh Lowe has the latest on this stunning story.
I just feel like it's time we spend some quality time apart.
Does this have anything to do with that other woman?
No, it's just that we need some time apart. That's all. It probably went something like that. After 43 years, Ken and Barbie are separating.
It's hard to believe that after 43 years of dating, the flame of romance has gone out. And it's time for Barbie and Ken to part ways.
But how could this be? They were an institution. Video of their days together go back to black and white. Ken and Barbie on the beach, at college, at the fair. And now it's all over.
Tell me, how do you think the conversation would go between Ken and Barbie if they would break up? How would you imagine that conversation to go?
Realistically or the Barbie?
Yeah, realistically.
She'd probably slap him, tell him, curse at him, and tell him to be the
I think it's awful.
It's horrible.
People thought they would be together forever, but, then all of a sudden she comes in here,
Well, Ken is obviously going for the bigger and better model. Huh?
It happened to J-Lo and Ben, Brittany and Justin, and now this? The end of an era. Goodbye, Barbie.
Goodbye, Ken.
Rosh Lowe today in Florida.
It is 8:47, celebrities squaring off in a true test of smarts. Still ahead, it is the latest reality show to pit stars against each other, and now we're finding out just how much some of them actually have upstairs.
Then a second season of another successful reality show, but this time it could be making a stop here in South Florida.
Plus, a rare appearance for a legendary Latin crooner.
And now, the 7 News Business Ticker. Tonight on 7 News First at 5.
It is non-invasive. There is no risk to the baby.
A breakthrough test can better detect Down syndrome.
This new Down syndrome test is going to really revolutionize the way that we assess pregnancies in the first trimester.
It can be done sooner, so couples have more time to make vital decisions.
I cried a lot.
It's just a big relief.
It gives women a lot of choice.
This is Marilyn Mitzel, the Down Syndrome Detector. It is a special assignment report. Tonight, first at 5 on 7 News.
Tonight on 7 News, first at 10.
I'm Belkis Naray. Lots of us go to Disney World on a budget, but imagine touring the place like celebrities and the rich and famous.
Our clientele, they don't really think twice about spending that kind of money for the level of service.
Get ready for an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of Mickey's Place in tonight's Luxury Living Report on 7 News, first at 10.
No matter how big or small these stars once were, they are now on the B list, the spelling bee list, that is. In Fox's latest Hollywood reality show, 16 actors and musicians are showing off some brain power in a good old-fashioned spelling bee.
Okay, E-S-P-R-E-S-S-O, espresso.
Fox's latest game show may be more public service than entertainment.
I'm sorry, it's C-O-U-N-T-A-C-H.
Celebrity Spelling Bee pits some big-name brains against each other as 16 TV, movie, and music stars dust off their dictionaries and compete for charity in the ultimate old-fashioned intellectual challenge.
Darjeeling? You're not pronouncing it. Okay, what is the definition of a Darjeeling? How did I prepare for this show? Drivel. D-R-I-V-E-L. Drivel. I read the dictionary.
Many people backed out because they were afraid to stand in front of a microphone and test their knowledge of spelling.
With the internet, it's all about spell check.
Can you spell humiliation? It is not pretty seeing some of your favorite stars getting stumped.
I'd like to think that beauty and brains, that's that's kind of the theme for today. But, I'm not a great speller. I mean, I'm okay, but, we'll see.
George Wendt, please spell Masalam.
I just want to see, if I can make a fool of myself in front of all of America. And my strategy for this? There is no strategy. It's just it's prayer, a lot of prayer.
Good for you, 20 points.
And you might be surprised to see who spells trouble for the other contestants.
Being sober for 22 years, I might have an advantage there. I haven't partied for a long time. So maybe I might be a little bit clear.
Alice Cooper is a Rhodes Scholar. Well, this goes to show you that his parents wasted a tremendous amount of money on his education.
Well, the last speller standing at the end of the 3-episode tournament gets $75,000 for charity and $50,000 to take home. The first round of the Celebrity Spelling Bee airs tonight at 8 right here on 7. Tom, B-A-C-K-T-O-Y-O-U.
Yeah, how potentially embarrassing, especially in a situation like this when I have no idea what you're talking about, Christine. Thanks a lot. 8:53, the popular reality show The Simple Life may be making a stop here in the Sunshine State.
Right.
Location scouts for the hit Fox TV show are currently touring the small town of Brooksville in Central Florida. The scouts auditioning potential families for Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie to stay with. Small towns in Arizona and Louisiana also being considered. Legendary Latin crooner Julio Iglesias making his first public appearance in 7 years. Iglesias appearing in the courtyard at Miami's Dolphin Mall to promote his new album called Divorcio, or Divorce in English. The first 300 people who bought the new album were granted an autograph. Singer Art Garfunkel pleading guilty of possession of marijuana. Multi-platinum artist paying a $100 fine and another $100 in court costs in New York. Garfunkel was arrested last month when his limousine was pulled over for speeding and police found the illegal stash right there in his car. Sharon Osbourne admitting her talk show days are almost over. Ozzy Osbourne's wife on Larry King Live announcing her show's last program will air May 12th. Sharon says if she ever does a talk show again, it will be alongside her heavy metal hubby.
At first, you get kind of, oh dear, no one wants to come in last. Nobody wants to lose, and I lost. And you kind of like hide for a day, and then you pick yourself up and you go, in the big picture, in the scheme of life, it's nothing.
Well, Sharon also saying the MTV hit show The Osbournes will continue taping even as the family moves to London. Today in Florida, back in 2 minutes.
And that is Today in Florida at 8 o'clock. Thanks for watching. I'm Christine Cruz.
I'm Tom Haynes. Be sure to join us later today for 7 News at noon. We'll see you then.